Thank you for staying tuned to your station, the African Independent Television, and welcome to your program, Security Watch Africa. Only on this program, we bring you that information you need to keep your life safe and secured. Welcome to the program today. My name still remains Patrick Abambu. There are so many things that agitates one's mind, especially if you're a Nigerian, a lot of issues at the same time. But we're praying and hoping that Nigerian citizens must ensure that the national security of the country should be paramount in all that we do. Because if the country is on fire, then there's no safe place for anybody. So in all that we do, all that we say, we must consider the national security of this country. Without security, there can't be any meaningful development. And that is why leaders of thought, elders, traditional rulers, political leaders, all must ensure that all the time they must talk about essence of peace so that we can live as one. A united country is a better country than a divided country. And people who put hands together is better than those who divide. And that is why we must work. Smaller countries are suffering the heat all over the world. So talking about division is not an option. So we must remain as one country. No matter the grievances, we must sit together and resolve that problem. It's better to discuss, it's better to dialogue than to war. Because after war, you want to now dialogue. You have lost a lot of lives and a lot of resources. So Security Watch Africa wish to encourage us all to toll the path of peace, but we must ensure there is justice in whatever we do. Welcome to your program today. Permit me to congratulate the Inspector General of Police of Nigerian Police Force, IGP Usman Alkali Baba, for being confirmed. Yesterday, the cheering news of his confirmation came. Indeed, I must tell you that IGP Baba is a man who is prepared for the job. He's a man that will help to restructure Nigeria Police and provide to his ability and to the support Nigeria gives to him and make sure there is security in the country. Welcome to the program. This is a reminder that we must always put on our face masks when we're in public. We must keep to all the protocols of according to the WHO and the National Center for Disease Control. We must make sure that we are safe at all times. That will take me straight to our report on COVID to find out what is happening about the COVID-19 vaccination issue in Nigeria. Sit back as we bring you this report by Elizabeth Tanko.
Nigeria received 3.94 million doses of the AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine on 2nd March 2021, which marked a historic step towards the eradication of coronavirus pandemic in Nigeria. Vaccine administration on critical frontline workers started on the 15th of March 2021. At a recent media briefing by the Executive Director, National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, NPHCDA, Dr. Faisal Shuaib gave an update on the status of COVID-19 vaccination in the country, where he said that a total number of 1,956,598 Nigerians have been vaccinated with the first dose.
As of today, 1,956,598 of targeted eligible Nigerians have been vaccinated with their first dose of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine.
Dr. Shuaib explained that special vaccination sites have been provided for people who relocated to receive their second vaccine dose in their new area of residence, while adding that 73,465 people have received their second dose of the vaccine across 36 states and the FCT.
73,465 Nigerians have also received their second dose across 36 states and the FCT.
The World Health Organization WHO country representative, Dr. Walter Gazadi Molumbo, who was also present at the briefing, applauded NPHCDA for their efforts in making the vaccination process seamless. He said more than 1.8 billion vaccines are being distributed globally.
more than 1.8 billion doses of vaccine have been distributed globally as of today, mostly in 10 countries, 10 developing countries, which have distributed close to 76% of those doses. Africa is lagging behind. But even though Africa is lagging behind, Nigeria is among the countries that is distributed the most.
Dr. Gupta Gagan, who represented the country representative for the United Nations Children's Funds, UNICEF, encouraged Nigerians to be vaccinated while urging the media to pass the right information.
I would like to request all those who have received the first dose of vaccine to please go to the nearest health facility to get their second dose of vaccine. Because if you don't take the second dose of vaccine, you are not fully protected. And you are also going to deprive someone else of a vaccine, and the vaccine will be wasted. So it's good for you, and it's good for the community, and it's good for the nation. I would like to acknowledge media. Media over the world has been very critical to support the immunization programs. And I would request you, we need your support at the most right now, to fill the space with positive information, the right information, and replace the wrong information with the right information.
The federal government of Nigeria says it's determined to overcome the vaccine supply challenges facing all countries of the world and ensure that COVID-19 vaccines are accessible free of charge to all eligible population in Nigeria. Elizabeth Tanko, Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Yes, let's quickly go to what the Nigeria Police Force is doing in making sure that Nigerians are safer. During the week, they paraded 84 suspects of people who have committed different shades of criminality. Sit back as we bring you this report put together by Peggy Agbe.
In furtherance to its special operation against criminality in Nigeria, personnel of the Nigerian Police Force have arrested several criminal suspects for various offenses ranging from kidnapping, murder, illegal firearms production, and fraud. Security Watch Africa was present when 84 number of these suspects were paraded. The Force Public Relations Officer CP Frankenberg gave insights into the arrest and recoveries.
We have before us here today a total of 81 suspects, consisting largely of male suspects and just 3 female suspects. These are all high-profile suspects arrested from various parts of the country for crimes ranging from kidnapping, banditry, armed robbery, homicide-related cases, gun running and illicit possession of weapons, unlawful possession of firearms, illegal manufacturing and distribution of vehicle plate numbers, and other sundry offenses.
Among those paraded are 4 members of a notorious criminal gang responsible for carrying out kidnap for ransom around Federal Capital Territory FCT, Kaduna, Niger, Katsina, and Plateau states. Aside kidnapping, these individuals also supply arms and ammunition to bandits.
Engineer Godin borrowed me 500,000 for preparation of my wedding. Just after the wedding, I will pay him back. Before the wedding, I saw him with money at the dashboard of the car. So I called my friend to go and collect the money from him, to go and rob the money and bring it. So as they went, I don't know what happened again.
I carry Abba to go Durbawa place. When I go that place to start beating Abba, the Abba ain't have no money, even 1,000 inside the account. The party must say, make I kill us so that I will not Abba to see me. If I see me, you this thing, you often the thing where they happen.
7-man criminal syndicates specialized in manufacturing and supplies of locally fabricated AK-47 rifles and ammunition were also paraded. Don Michael, a 26-year-old male who was a former student of Government Technical and Science College, Jos South, spoke about his crime.
These locally fabricated weapons were the ones that manufactured it. I learned the profession from my boss, late James. What we used to make them with is just ordinary steel and pipes with wood. They use the same ammunition with AK-47.
The force public relations officer gave more light on 3 suspects responsible for production of fake vehicle number plates, including replica of number plates of government, diplomatic and security agencies' vehicles.
The 3 suspects are Omogbolanho Lariwaju, who actually is the major distributor of these license plates. The second is Basil Okpara, who does the artistic designs on the number plates. And then Nuruddin Lawal, who is the major producer. He owns a production facility somewhere at Ikorodu in Lagos, where these illegal productions take place. A total of 80 plate numbers were recovered from them, and a lot of these plate numbers, apart from regular plate numbers, are very special plate numbers. From diplomatic numbers such as the United Nations, to the presidency, to other specialized plate numbers, and of course other regular plate numbers were recovered. Investigation conducted so far shows that the major persons that patronize them are persons of shady characters.
The Nigerian Police Force, under the leadership of the now confirmed Inspector General of Police, IGP Usman Alkali Baba, seems poised to help defeat criminal elements in the society and make Nigeria safer with the support of all Nigerians. Peggy Agbe, Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Welcome back. We must say kudos to personnel of the Nigerian Police Force for taking those criminals off our streets. And we also plead with the junior union, the judiciary union workers to please resume work so that suspects can be taken to court, and so that police can be a bit decongested. So many police cells right now, there is filled up because the courts are on strike. So please, judicial workers, please go back to work so that to save Nigeria. Yes, let's quickly go to the Army headquarters. During the week, the new Chief of Army Staff, Major General Farouk Yahya, which we will hope and pray very soon he will be confirmed and be promoted to become the Lieutenant General, because he deserves it. He's also a man who is prepared for this job. He marshaled out his program for the Nigerian Army. Sit back as Shuli Daniels brings you this report again.
Following his appointment as the 22nd Chief of Army Staff of the Nigerian Army, Major General Farouk Yahya held a strategic meeting with general officers commanding, principal staff officers, corps commanders at the Nigerian Army headquarters in Abuja on Monday in order to strategize on the way forward. During his speech, the Army henchman stated that his appointment came when Nigeria is faced with different security challenges.
This is a trying period for us all as individuals, for the Nigerian Army as an institution, and for the nation in general. And I thank the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, for my appointment as the 22nd Chief of Army Staff of the Nigerian Army. I must also crave your indulgence to observe that I assume command in rather unexpected circumstances. The sudden passing away of our amiable and highly respected Chief of Army Staff, the late Lieutenant General Ibrahim Atayu, who was a big brother, a brilliant officer and a mentor, who gave me tremendous support, understanding, and especially professional guidance for the short period I was theater commander under him, calls for sobriety. I recognize that my command of our enviable Nigerian Army comes at a time when our beloved country is grappling with several security challenges. Success will therefore depend on the collective resolve and commitment of all, as well as the cooperation of our sister services and security agencies, and indeed all other stakeholders with whom we must work in synergy. Stability and lasting development of this country calls for joint endeavors.
General Yahaya promised that the Nigerian Army under his watch will operate in line with the standard operational procedures, while he urged that all hands must be on deck for the Nigerian Army to fulfill its constitutional responsibility.
It is with this great sense of responsibility and above commitment that I hereby pledge to provide exemplary and professional leadership for the Nigerian Army, serve as a rallying point for all officers and men, reposition Nigerian Army, the largest service of our armed forces, as an effective, dependable fighting force, galvanize our troops for success in all operations, as well as serve the Nigerian Army and our country loyally and faithfully. In this regard, I shall follow conscientiously the standing operating procedures of the Nigerian Army, but I shall also provide sufficient room for creative thinking and transformational leadership, and to ensure that through our individual and collective efforts, Nigerian Army becomes a more formidable force for national defense and security.
The new Chief of Army Staff used the occasion to marshal out his vision for the Nigerian Army and also pledge loyalty to the Nigerian Constitution and President Muhammadu Buhari. Shirley Daniels, Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Kudos to the new Chief of Army Staff, Major General Farouk Yahya, there for marshalling out his vision for the Nigerian Army. Yes, we still remain with the armed forces of Nigeria, this time around the air power. Talking about the Nigerian Air Force. Sometime recently, the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria and Commander-in-Chief commissioned 3 J-17 fighter aircraft, which is meant to help fight insurgency, terrorism, and all forms of criminality in the country. Security Watch Africa was there and brings you this report by Shirley Daniels.
The Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, has commended the leadership of the Nigerian Air Force for their significant contributions in the fight against insecurity in Nigeria. President Buhari, who was represented by the Honorable Minister of Defense, Major General Bashir Magashi, retired, added that the Nigerian Air Force has provided air power in the fight against insecurity and terrorism, which is one of its government promises to Nigerians.
I'm indeed highly delighted to join you today to celebrate the Nigerian Air Force on the occasion of 57th anniversary of its establishment as the air arm of the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is indeed fitting that the grand final of this year's celebration is being marked with the induction of 3 brand new JF-17 Thunder multiple road fighter aircraft into the inventory of the Nigerian Air Force. It also reflects how the service has continued to grow in stature and capability over the past 57 years, while developing competencies to achieve its constitutional mandate of defending the nation's territorial integrity by air.
The President, who was the special guest of honor at the 57th Nigerian Air Force Day celebration, which climaxed in Makurdi, Benue State, also expressed delight with the air platform acquired for the Nigerian Air Force.
The 3 JF-17 Thunder fighter and ground attack aircraft being added to the inventory of the Nigerian Air Force today will no doubt boost the operational capacity of the service and add significant impetus to the fight against terrorism, insurgency, banditry, and other forms of criminality in the country.
The visibly excited Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Isaka Oladayo Amawo, in his speech commended President Buhari for always supporting the Nigerian Air Force in the quest to improve both human and material capacity.
Today's event, which marks the climax of the celebration, is yet another milestone bearing glowing testimony of the current federal government administration's unwavering resolve to equip and energize the Nigerian Air Force and indeed the entire armed forces of Nigeria towards combating terrorism, insurgency, and banditry and other threats to the nation's territorial integrity and the security of its people.
Air Marshal Amawo, while presenting the newly acquired JF-17 multi-role Thunder aircraft for induction, promised that the Nigerian Air Force, under his command leadership, will tenaciously work to ensure that criminals have no hiding place in Nigeria.
It is also worth mentioning that we are expecting 20 additional aircraft, comprising 12 A-29 Super Tucano aircraft from the United States and 8 unmanned area vehicles that will arrive in Nigeria as from July this year. These additional aircraft will no doubt inject significant impetus into our air-powered employment capability in support of joint operation. I am delighted to add that through the immense support of the federal government, we have also been able to train 133 new pilots during the period to effectively man these new platforms, as well as others being expected.
The chief gave a roll call of the air asset since 2015.
Let me place on record that under the current administration, the Nigerian Air Force has inducted 23 brand new aircraft into its inventory from 2015 till date. These comprise of 10 Super Meshach trainer aircraft and 13 wing combat platforms. The combat platforms include 5 M35M helicopter gunship, 4 Agusta 109 powered helicopter, as well as 2 Mi-171E and 2 Bell 412 multi-role helicopters. The induction of the 3 JF-17 Thunder aircraft today brings the total number of new aircraft inducted in the last 6 years to 26.
The highlight of the event was the presentation of the JF-17 certificate to the 4 pilots and the official induction of the JF-17 multi-role Thunder aircrafts. Dignitaries and invited guests at the occasion were treated to a play of air show with precision.
On the horizon, the 3 aircraft are talking into each other, and they can only be seen as just one.
Shuli Daniels, reporting for Security Watch Africa, Makurdi, Benue State.
Welcome back. We must leave for other programs to continue. I'm sure you enjoyed today's program. Join us again next week when we'll bring you another exciting edition and more informative edition for you to be secured and be safe. Until next week when we'll come your way again, I say thanks for joining us and bye for now.